Living continuum does not separate living and working as two different things. It mixes both, but not as improvisation, as a sequence of courtyards, voids, light, shadow, and flexible spaces. Designed by Damith S Munasinghe Associates in Malabe, Sri Lanka, the Living Continuum Studio and House occupies a small lot with about 2,000 square feet and a built area of approximately 2,400 square feet. But the most interesting point is not the size. It is that the house was designed as the architect's own place to live and work. The main idea is in the name, Living Continuum. The house tries to create continuity between everyday life and professional practice, between family and collaboration, between house and studio. On a compact site, it would have been easy to create a closed house with no breathing room, but the design responded with 4 courtyards, internal voids, and open areas to the sky. They bring light, air, and vegetation into the house, even within a denser urban context. These courtyards are the most important part of the house. They aren't just gardens. They create pauses. They separate without isolating. They bring in light without exposing everything, and they allow the house to breathe from within. On the ground floor, arrival happens through a double-heighted entrance courtyard. Then the house opens into a flexible living room, integrated with the dining area, used both for daily life and for gatherings, conversations, and informal work. This mix of uses is what gives the house its strength. The house does not try to hide work. It accepts that living, working, bringing people together, and resting can happen in continuity without a rigid division between the domestic and the professional. On the upper floor are the design studio, a meeting area, a bathroom, and a terrace. This level can function more independently when needed, but it remains connected to the house. Work is separate enough to allow focus, but close enough to be part of the daily routine. The structure combines reinforced concrete and steel. The materiality follows a logic of reuse. Tile waste was used on the facade, along with recovered metal profiles, small amounts of reused wood, leftover fiber cement boards, and galvanized metal sheets from nearby construction sites. This choice doesn't try to create a perfect, polished house. The result is more raw, more direct, with smarks, joints, and small irregularities. For some people, this may seem too simple, but here, these imperfections are part of its identity. Concrete block masonry, cement plaster, cement floors, and lightweight aluminum sheet roofing also appear throughout the house. These are practical, economical, and low-maintenance solutions. The strength of Living Continuum lies in this honesty. It doesn't try to look like a catalog house. It shows an architecture made to live, work, adapt, and keep changing. In the end, it's a house about boundaries becoming less rigid, house and studio, family and work, courtyards and interiors, new material and reused material. It shows that on a small lot, architecture can create freedom not only by increasing space, but by creating breathing room, opening voids, accepting imperfections, and turning routine into a continuity between living, thinking, working, and bringing people together.